Hey guys, how you doing? Austin Hilton here with a video talking about a pretty cool company, Square. You have to have heard about them. They're basically a big, huge mobile payment processor, payment processing company. They're pretty well known. But what we're going to do in this video is we're going to basically look at and see, is this a good stock that you should maybe consider getting into? Is this a stock that the analysts, what do they think about the stock? Are they predicting that it's going to go up? Or is it a stock that you should not do anything with? You should run screaming away and never look back in your rearview mirror. We're going to cover that in today's video. Also, we're going to look at and talk about the fact that a really cool major fund has Square and is firmly behind them. And then thirdly, we're going to go look at what do the stock analysts themselves say about the stock, and do they recommend this as a buy? Is it going to go up in the next 12 months? Because that's really why you're here. You really want to know, is this stock going to go up, right? Or is it going to go down, depending upon how you want to play the market? It's ultimately going to be your call. With that said, that's my disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please, if you're going to do any type of investing, understand the stock, understand what they do, understand the fundamentals, and make sure that it's a right fit for you, okay? Also, I would tell you, I look at when I make investments in stocks, I look at a 12-month time frame. I'm not a short-term investor. I'm a long-term growth value investor. I want value from money. I want growth, things like that. That's just me. May not be you, but that's how I roll, okay? Also, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm here every day for you, bringing you these videos, a lot of other cool content, and I'd love to have you on board in the community. My YouTube channel is just getting started, and it's taking off. It's just growing exponentially, and I'd love to have you here with me because, frankly, I bring you these videos every day, and my goal is real simple. It's to help you find stocks that you may not know about, see if they're good buys, and if they fit your particular investing strategy, and if it's good for you. So also, please drop a like on this video if you would. Dropping a like helps my channel out. Doesn't hurt you. Just hit that little thumbs up down there. Drop a like, and it will help this video to rank better in the whole YouTube ranking thing. It'll help me to help more people and just help everybody. Okay, so with all that said, let's go take a look at Square and see what's going on with them, and do the analysts like them? This one will be fun. Here we go. So let's dive into Square and see what has happened with them in the last month or so and 6 months, and kind of see how they've fared against the NASDAQ losing all its value, not all of its value, excuse me, the NASDAQ dropping down and testing the 12,000-ish range. Obviously, it's bounced back up. You can see that the NASDAQ closed today down 78. But it's bounced back up from, it's like 12,400, I believe, was our low that was approximately a week ago. It's bouncing back nicely, and most of the major stocks are bouncing back nicely with it, right? So we want to look at Square and see, hey, how did it really kind of weather that storm of all of the bad stuff, the blood days that happened with the NASDAQ, and kind of overall, is it gaining its market share back, and kind of what does it look like, and then we're going to go from there. So let's look at the one day today. Yeah, today it opened at about 232 and ended up closing up at 242. So it basically closed up more than that. So 232 to 241. Yeah, closed up more than 37 cents. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but that seems to be a little weird. But 5-day, let's look at that. So for 5-day, it bounced back up 12%, right? So in this week, it's basically gained 12%. So what I like to do is look at the 1 month. So in 1 month, and that's interesting. Look at that. That's really cool. Think about what I just showed you. In 1 month, it basically in the blood red, excuse me. Well, I know it does include this last week, by the way. But basically, you got all this red right here. Everything kind of slow, moving down, right? I mean, it was up here at 276 right here, and then it kind of moved down. It actually went back up right in the middle of some of the worst days in the NASDAQ. Right, excuse me, right there. Apologize. Bottomed at 208 on March 8th. Pretty much the bottom for everything I've been looking at. But what I wanted to show you is if all this red, it was down 12.29%. And if you look at just the last 5 days, it was up 12.36. Now I realize it's not apples to apples because, built into this number is part of this last week of really nice earnings, but you get a overall consensus that this stock fared pretty well. It didn't lose a lot of its value, and more importantly, it pretty much bounced back pretty quickly. That's really what I wanted to stress to you right there, right? So let's look at a 6 month before we kind of move off this. 6 month looks like we started off, back in September 2020 of 151. We reached all the way up to our highs of 276. I wonder what the stock analysts are going to say. Is their 12-month prediction that we're going to get back or pass that 276 high that we hit approximately in mid-February of 2021? I don't know. We're going to look at that in a minute. Now, before we go look at that, I want to talk to you real quickly and show you this. Is that I'm a huge fan of Kathy Woods. She's the CEO of Ark Funds. If you've never heard of her, she's amazing. She's one of the smartest people in the world and on the planet, and in investing. And she owns a company called Ark Funds, and they have ETF funds. I wanted to show you this. Is that her funds, her ETF funds, have outperformed the market. It's crazy. But you wanted to show you this right here. That Square, she owns, or Ark, this particular ETF. And by the way, this is the ARKK ETF. She's also got these other ones. And if you want to check this out, it's kathysark.com. I do not own kathysark.com. Go check it out. But you can see that these are some of the particular stock holdings that are fun. But I wanted to show you this, is that Square makes up 6.41% of the overall Ark ETF, following only to Tesla. Okay, and that's really something I wanted you to show. So they've got a ton of money invested in this stock. And they firmly believe that Square is a major player. They like that it's recurring, repeating revenue, things like that. And it's just it's the number 2 holding in this particular ETF. And these ETFs, by the way, have just been killing the market, doing really well. I only show that to you because I put a lot of value and a lot of credence into Kathy Woods and her ETF funds and her company Ark Fund. And pretty much my attitude is if she sees a company as a great company and puts it into her fund, it's a really good company that frankly is another kind of checkpoint, validation point that is a good one potentially that I may invest in and look to, see if it's a good fit for overall my portfolio. You do your own due diligence, right? Make sure that the stock is the right fit for you, fits your price point, fits your risk threshold, things like that. Just make sure it's right for you. But I wanted to show you this because I wanted you to kind of know that, hey, there's some major players out there that have got major positions in Square. We know that kind of per a real quick, just kind of snapshot analysis, that this stock has done pretty well and it's held up well in some pretty rough times when the NASDAQ was bleeding and things like that. Okay, so with all that said, we're trading right now. We ended this week at 242. Let's go see what the stock analysts think that this stock is going to be worth. What is their prediction of what the stock's going to be 12 months from now? That's really what you're here to see, so let's go look at it. All right, I like to cut to the chase. This particular right here is 276.48. That is what the stock analysts think that this stock is going to be trading at and worth in approximately 12 months. 276.48. Just to show you, that's a March 2021 to a March 2022 time frame. And they're saying on average that stock's going to be 276.48, which right now, giving its current kind of closing rate, is a 14% upside. So not a huge dramatic 50% return scenario here. I didn't expect it. And frankly, when I looked at this, this was basically almost exactly what I expected to see. I think that overall, this is a pretty conservative stock and an overall kind of compared to other stocks that are out there. It's not as sexy. It's not as glamorous as some of the other stocks that are out there that that are out there, but it's a really good one. And we looked at different things around it. Square's going to be here forever. They are a major player in the mobile processing, credit card processing business. They do really well. And I think that this is a really kind of safe, secure one you might want to put your money into. Again, disclaimer, video is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own due diligence, right? But this could be something, per what the analysts are saying, represents some decent upside. By the way, it's a moderate buy with over 33 analyst ratings. 33 analysts covering this is an insanely high number for tipranks.com. This is my favorite website. You guys know I use this all the time. And so the fact that there are 33 analysts recommending it is a really good one, okay? So, we've got Baird saying it's a hold. You're going to get some holds. We got buys from Citigroup. We got buys from BTIG, Rosenblatt, BMO, Merrill Lynch is saying sell it. You're going to get those guys, okay? That's fine. Again, it's got to be a stock that's right for you. And that's the thing about stock market. Everybody's got their opinion, right? Guggenheim. Let's see, Goldman Sachs, there you go. RBC Capital saying it's going to be $305. You got different ones. What I like about what TipRanks does is they average them out. Okay, so they kind of look at them average and go, here you go. This is kind of what you can average expect to see potentially in a 12-month time frame for this particular stock. So a few final thoughts. You guys know I always kind of wrap up the video in this context. I think that this is one that if you're looking for fairly safe, fairly straightforward, a stock that seems to be resilient to kind of what happens in the major markets, doesn't really get pummeled and killed in the down days, and frankly is doing well. It's owned by a major player out there, Kathy Woods, at her Ark Fund and her ETF funds. Again, that's a major check in the box, a positive to me. By the way, I've got more of her company, more of the companies that she has included in her funds coming. I'll be doing more of these types of videos for stocks that she has in her ETFs. So just stay tuned. It's another reason you should subscribe to the channel. I think that this could be right if it fits your investing strategy, right? You came here to see a 12-month prediction. You saw it. About a 14% return is what the analysts are saying this is, which is decent, very safe, very secure. If that's what you're looking for, then I think you're on the right path there. Make the decision based off of you taking this plus more of however you analyze and deem what stocks you want to get into. Make sure it's the right fit for you, okay? Yeah, so I want to end on that note. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Take care, and please, please, please become part of the community. Drop a like on this video. Greatly appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Take care.